Red Raiders. Last night, UNT soared with offense down low and on the points, defeating the Red Raiders 15-2. Jody Demirs put on a show last night with 4 goals on and off the power play, along with a hat trick by defenseman Ethan Venable, as well as goals by numerous others. We'll see what both teams can bring to the table tonight. UNT has a lot of swagger and momentum heading into this game, although Texas Tech will try to avoid the 0-2 weekend sweep and try to get their first win of the season after they were 0-2 against Baylor a few weeks back. Down low is McLeod in the corner with it. Madden with a shot, hits off the post and goes out of play. We'll have a face-off back in the UNT defensive zone. Texas Tech, their opening weekend, were 0-2 against Baylor with a 5-3 loss in their first game and an 8-2 loss in their second, as they are now 0-3 on the season and looking to bounce back, as UNT has been very, very offensive in the last few games. Their only loss against their divisional opponent, the Arkansas Razorbacks, last Sunday. Stetzinger will find Eaton a little far forward, and that is a icing, and it will go all the way back into the defensive zone with a face-off on the far side. Singer's line out there with Rudine, Wright Perry, and McLeod, along with speedy forward Eric Eaton, who is a magician on and off the ice. McLeod finds Eaton. Ian with the cross eyes to Rudine. Rudine trying to find Ian again. Ian with speed, makes a move, loses the puck, and it goes back to McLeod, and he'll just dump it deep. Battle along the Texas Tech bench. Texas Tech just chips it out, trying to form a 3-on-2. Here's Foley. Foley loses it, tries to bring it out front. In front of Villarreal, who did not start last night, as Parker started in the first and Villarreal finished it out in the second and third, along with Dominguez on the other side for Texas Tech. Comes Rudine. He'll try to get it forward. Lafferty. Can he win it? He does. Lafferty with an attempt and a penalty on the play, and I believe that is on Texas Tech. I'd like to say that is a hooking call. And number 15 for Texas Tech will go to the box, and it is a hooking call. Zach Banco, sophomore for Texas Tech, is now first power play of the game for UNT. Their power play at last night's game was very, very offensive, as many of their goals were scored on the power play. Wright Perry with the shot gets blocked by Madden, and Madden will send it down, and Wright Perry will get chased down by Desjardins. He finds Demirs, who will find Reed, who skated up. Reed had his first goal this season last night. Reed with a shot, saved by Dominguez. And then Demirs trying to find that rebound. Caldwell and Harmon out there for Texas Tech, the two lone goals last night. Harmon had a late breakaway goal. Demirs finds Eaton down low. Eaton above the circles to find Demirs backdoor scored. UNT goal, Joey Demirs, first one on the board. And he'll make that 5 on the weekend so far on goals, as he had 4 goals last night, a few on the power play, as this one on the power play with the great little backdoor finish on the vision from Eric Eaton. Joey Demirs will start off this game with a goal, along with last night's game as well, as Lafferty will lose the draw to number 14, McNorama. Desjardins loses it to Lafferty, and UNT will set it up. Demirs will just dump it deep, and Dominguez will save it. A little bit of extra work with Bailey down low. So far, it's been mainly all UNT if you're just now joining us. Joey Demers with the goal just a minute back, trying to start another offensive push and get a few goals on the board in the first. Physical work down low on UNT. Desjardins falls. Here comes a 2-on-2 for Tech, number 4, Davis. Davis a little bit with a rebound attempt. Villarreal can't get control of it, but ref lost sight of the puck, and that is a face-off back in the defensive zone. New line changes for both teams. A lot of players for UNT last night got their first goals of the season and really put their name on the score sheet and showed what kind of presence they are against teams like Tech. Here comes Lamb. Lamb finds Cunningham. Caldwell's there. Onside is Rutledge, but Harmon intercepts. Harmon, the speedster for Tech, takes a shot, trying to find that 5-hole like last night. Madden, blocked by Alford. He'll spike it forward, and Harmon's there to keep it in for Tech. Caldwell will dump it deep for Camp. Camp down low with Caldwell below the goal line. Goes back to Straub. Straub with a slap shot wide of Villarreal. Here comes Rutledge. He'll just chip it off the glass, trying to find Cunningham. Lay it off sides, and UNT will change lines, and Texas Tech will regroup as Reed's there, avoids the check, and tries to find Hooker, as it's now dumped down for number 3, Max Alford, who will rim it around, trying to find Gerfinkel. This is number 15 for Texas Tech. Banco will regroup. UNT keeps it in. That is Reed down low. Here comes Texas Tech trying to form a 2-on-1 against Wright Perry. Trying to do a move down low. Davis was there below the goal line. Davis and Reed battle for it, along with Ashworth down there. For 19 for Texas Tech tries to find a move, as that is Foley. And Reed will just chip it out, making full possession of it. Wright Perry, he'll slap it forward, and Texas Tech will regroup. As so far tonight with 14:46 in the play, Tech is losing by a goal, but they're still pushing and trying to get something on the board and make this weekend a 1-1 weekend besides a 0-2 sweep. McLeod on the point. He takes a slap shot, and that's a blocker save by Dominguez. Down low, Stetzinger in the corner, who had 2 goals last night, finds Gerfinkel. And Jardins is down there with Wright Perry, though. Forward is Stetzinger looking for the Eric Eaton pass. On icing all the way down for UNT. So far, 3 shots to 2. UNT leading. Texas Tech with a few opportunities on 2-on-1 attempts and rebounds, trying to find that back door on Villarreal. I'll be noticing what Demers and Eaton do a lot, that backdoor play on the power play and on 5-on-5 action, is that is Rudin down there. He'll find Stetzinger, trying to find that backhand cross ice for Eaton. Harmon will make a move to Caldwell, and that's interrupted by Rudin. He will get all their guys and regroup with it as Ian finds Stetzinger. He'll stop and start, do a little turn, and try to find his partner, Rudin. Spot off by Straub, who will rim it around for Harmon. Harmon, one-on-one against Wright Perry. Wright Perry with a good check on Harmon in front of the two benches. McLeod rims it around, and I believe that is a penalty on McLeod. And an interference call after he was just trying to get the puck out. Pretty ferocious hit on number 27, Brandon Camp, for Texas Tech. And first penalty kill for UNT for the night. And we'll see what Texas Tech's power play can do. Last night they were not too strong on their power play, but we'll see if they can switch things up and produce a little bit of offense against UNT. Lafferty will tie up the draw as Benko trying to get a shot off. Blocked by Bailey. Here's Ashworth. He'll make a move and trying to find an open guy. He finds Harmon. Harmon with patience, trying to find that backdoor play for Ashworth. Great stick play by Payne Lafferty. Here's Harmon trying to find someone out front. Harmon with the shot blocked by his own guy. As Benko with room. Benko with the shot. And saved by Villarreal. Harmon looking for the tip out front. Great offensive push there for Tech, trying to get some shots off, but as well as a great penalty kill so far for UNT on the McLeod interference penalty. Caldwell out there. He'll win it to Harmon on the point. Harmon trying to find that back door on Villarreal. He'll find Benko. Benko with a shot. Scored. Texas Tech scored. Zach Benko finding that glove side top shelf goal for Tech. And that is a power play goal, and now a 1-1 tilt with 12:26 remaining in the first. We'll see if there'll be a momentum shift or if Texas Tech is still ramped up from that goal. Lafferty, Demers, and Bailey on the wings. And Texas Tech's top line with Caldwell and Harmon out there. Demers will win it back to McLeod, trying to find Wright Perry. Harmon's there to interrupt. Harmon with the shot, trying to find the rebound and tip on the pad of Villarreal. Demers will lead up on a 3-on-2. Demers trying to run the foot race against Straub. Straub falls down as Demers trying to find an open man. It comes the other way with Caldwell leading the charge for Texas Tech. Caldwell with a shot. Stick saved by Villarreal. Cloud can't get full charge of it as Straub takes a shot. Demers will lead it up. Little bank pass for Bailey. Possible 3-on-1 forming. Finds Demers. Demers with a patience shot and a save by Dominguez. Demers trying to do a little punk fake there and clear out the goalie and get his second of the night. Great little pass by Bailey finding Demers. With now the shots leading for Tech with 7-4. Chances on both sides of the ice as Stetzinger will win it back to Reed. Takes a shot, goes wide. Ian will find Alford. He takes a shot, and Dominguez is there to cover up and interrupt for Stetzinger. On the opposite side, we have Stetzinger. He'll find Alford. Alford with a shot. Ian's there. Ian behind the net, trying to find something out front. Reed's there on the point. Reed will dish it forward, and Texas Tech will just clear it out. Alford with Ashworth on him. Reed will rim it around for Eaton, who will Do a little chip for Stetzinger, a 2-on-2 foreman, Rudin and Stetzinger. Stetzinger with a shot. And that's blocked. Stetzinger behind the net. Finds Reed. Reed with a shot goes wide. Alford will calm it down for UNT. Rudin with a shot, blocked. Ian's there on the follow-up. Ian on his knees battling for it with Madden, along with Stetzinger down there. Goes out to Desjardins for Tech. He'll just chip it out, and they'll get a line change. Stetzinger finds Eaton. Lamb's there. Lamb with a shot. Blocker save. Little blocker to the glove save by Dominguez. Great offensive pressure by Eaton's line, with Lamb, Eaton, and Demers trying to form something. With now Rutledge and Cunningham out there for UNT. Rutledge wins it back. McLeod takes a little slap shot, goes off the shin of Lamb. Lamb finds Rutledge down low. And they can't seem to find the back of the net as Wright Perry's there. Rutledge, 2-on-1 down low. Rutledge with a shot. Trying to find the follow-up is Cunningham. Wright Perry's there. Wright Perry with a shot. It's blocked. Texas Tech doing a good job finding the open man on the tip and blocking their point shots by the UNT defensive core as Wright Perry finds Cunningham cross ice. Tries to do a little move around Texas Tech defenseman as Lamb. Find Cunningham and Caldwell's there. Caldwell, 1-on-1 against McLeod. And they'll just dish it forward, and here's Hooker. Down the ice, takes a little shot, trying to find Cunningham down low. Harmon showing some speed for Tech as that's blocked by Reed. On the follow-up is Harmon. And Villarreal will save that for UNT. Chances on both sides of the ice as it's a 1-1 hockey game with 8:47 left in the first. Goals by Joey Demers for UNT Mean Green, and a power play goal for Tech on Zachary Banco's little shot glove side on Villarreal a few minutes back. Hooker's line out there with Lamb, Reed, and Alford. Ashford just tips it forward, and no icing on the play as Reed's down there. Reed will try to rim it around as Ashford's there to interrupt Madden with the slap shot that is blocked by number 9 for UNT, William Kennard. Face off back in the defensive zone with Lafferty's line out there. Lafferty will win it back, and Alford will rim it around for Demers, trying to find that cross ice on Bailey. A little bit of miscommunication there as Madden finds Ashworth, and he'll just chip it out. He finds Bailey. Bailey, a little move around Straub. Gets hit along the corner. Still with possession as it is for UNT is Lafferty. Ford will whip it forward, and it's dumped down by number 19, Foley, and that is a icing on the play. All the way down in the Texas Tech defensive zone. Last night on the 15-2 win for UNT, goals were scored by Joey Demirs with 4, Ethan Venable with a hat trick, Stetzinger with 2, Reed with 1, Bailey with a goal, Rutledge, Rudine, Eaton, and Wright Perry. So goals along the whole UNT hockey team. So far, it's a tight game late in the first, as Wright Perry will find McLeod. Sends it forward for Lafferty, and Desjardins is there to interrupt. Demirs, back pass to Lafferty, and a slap shot to Dominguez, who will cover up. 11 shots to 9. Lines out there for UNT with Eaton, Stetzinger, and Rudine. Stetzinger was a stud last night on faceoffs as he tries to win it back for Ian, and Desjardins shows speed there and trying to win it as Ian's there to charge it up for UNT. He hits the post on that shot. Down low, they will battle for it as the referee has his arm up, and I believe it's a penalty on UNT. A holding call on Rudine or something, but it's a legal for UNT and a second power play for Texas Tech, who capitalized on the Zachary Banco goal on the first power play attempt. Caldwell and Stetzinger on the draw. Caldwell will try to win it back, and Ian's there to something with it. He loses it to Madden. Wright Perry will ice it down and kill off the power play on Rudine's penalty, as Madden will set it up. Can't find Harmon. And Wright Perry will just send it down again and kill off the clock. Then rims it around, and Harmon's there to get it out. Harmon makes a move around Stetzinger, and that is offsides right along the blue line. A face-off back in the neutral zone. With 1 minute, 15 seconds left in the Austin Rudine penalty. Rutledge wins it back from McLeod. He'll ice it down, and Texas Tech, unsuccessful keeping it in, is offsides again. And another face-off in the same spot with a defensive line change for UNT. Rutledge wins it back to Reed, who will kill off the clock. He ices it down, and that can't keep it in as Bailey one-on-one against Foley, and he gets hit off the play in the corner as the referee has his arm up. A little bit of extra with Banco and Bailey. The referee, I believe, is going to send one of them to the box. Sends Banco after his big hit on Bailey. Now it's some 4-on-4 unless Bailey goes to the box as well. He is discussing with the referees, and he's getting sent to the box with Banco as well. So interference on Bailey from that. Before 5-on-4 action. 2-minute penalties for both Banco and Bailey with 53 seconds left in the power play. The referees are still discussing and seeing what penalty goes with what. Ivan 4 is still active and present for Texas Tech. Has 2 apiece for Bailey and Banco both. Tech will try to set it up and see what they can do with this power play late in the first. As Lamb's there, he'll glove it down. Gets hit off. Straub will flip it forward, and McLeod's there finding Rutledge, who gets hit off by number 14 for Texas Tech, Stephen McNamara. A little bit of physicality for both teams. As Ashworth will chip it forward for Texas Tech, and he didn't get all of it, as now it's an icing all the way down. Face off back in the defensive zone with only 11 seconds left in the power play for Texas Tech. Lafferty will lose the draw to Caldwell as Madden's there. He'll find Ashworth. We'll see what they can do with only a few seconds left in this power play. And McLeod will clear it down, and now some 5-on-5 action for both teams. Madden finds Ashworth. He doesn't get all of it. And Rudine trying to keep it in, and Harmon's there. Can't win the speed race against McLeod. Harmon will fit forward, and Reed will find Lafferty, chipping it up for Demirs. Loses the puck and didn't want to have an offsides call with Eaton roaming down the ice. As he finds Lafferty. Lafferty with the no-look pass to Eaton. Eaton with a little shot on Dominguez. Now 12 shots to 9, UNT, with 4 minutes exactly in the first period. A lot of chances for both teams, and a closer hockey game than last night's 15-2 win for UNT. Wright Perry tries to pass it, and then that's intercepted, and Tech will just ram it down as Ian's there and finds a pass to Demirs. He goes past Ashworth. Demirs still has the puck, waits, holds, finds Ian out front. Ian scored. UNT. Second goal. Eric Eaton. A little bit of magic down there, and Demirs found him down low. Their chemistry both has been very, very present in the last few weekends, and it's been on full display tonight so far, as Ian will make this a 2-1 game, and their communication there was very on the dot. Wright Perry will toss it forward, and that is an icing on the call. It was a power play goal, or a 5-on-5 goal for Eric Eaton, who had the assist on the first goal of the game by Joey Demirs. We'll see what both teams can do late in the first with Hooker and Foley on the draw. Hooker wins it. Wright Perry's there. He'll stop and start. He'll lead it up. He does in time for Gerfinkel. Finds Hooker. Hooker with a little one-hand move, and that's interrupted with Foley, who will ram it down the ice, and Alfred's there and almost loses his footing. Hooker's there to help him out and lead it up. waits, tries to avoid the check. He does, but loses the puck in the process. Foley with a shot. And Villarreal trying to get the follow-up attempt. He doesn't, as Hooker's there, and we'll just give it right to Desjardins. Little hit on that, and referee has his arm up again. And I believe it's against Hooker on his little hit on Desjardins. Size disadvantage on that one. And 2 minutes interference for Hooker. And now a third power play attempt for Texas Tech, as they've had chances so far in both power plays, with capitalizing on the first one on Banco's goal. Cloud trying to ice it down. He doesn't. With a point shot, Ashworth with the rebound, and Texas Tech scores. Ashworth on the follow-up rebound attempt from the point shot on Banco's. Now a 2-2 hockey game with 2 minutes and 31 seconds. A little bit of a slight momentum shift for UNT, as now two power play goals for Texas Tech on the night. Rutledge with the draw. He wins it, but loses possession is Cunningham, with Foley with a shot, trying to find another rebound attempt. And Villarreal will stop it for UNT. Very different game than last night's matchup, as Rutledge will win it back to McLeod. McLeod will get it down. He gets hit off by number 10 on Texas Tech, Dylan Walker-Witt. Texas Tech will slam it down for Reed. Reed finds Cunningham with a little shake and bake move. Rutledge is there on the follow-up. Cloud trying to find his open man, Rutledge, and Madden keeps it in, and it's offsides for Texas Tech. And a face-off, I believe, back in the neutral zone. With 1 minute and 41 seconds left in the first. Been a very defensive but offensive game for both teams, as penalties have been the trouble for UNT, as their two goals they have let in have been power play goals along the top of the circles in point. Here comes Bailey. He'll find Demers. Demers with a cross-ice pass to Lafferty, and he'll miss the net on that play as they battle on the corner with it. Madden will chip it out, and Demers keeps it in along the blue line. He does. Makes a little move. Demers waits. Shot blocked by Madden. And Desjardins will just bump it down the glass, and Wright Perry will calm it down. Find Demers. Finds Bailey. No icing on the play as he wins the foot race there. Finds Harmon down the ice. Harmon, a little slap shot. And that goes above Villarreal's head. Mears just chips it off the glass for Bailey, trying to find Lafferty on maybe that possible breakaway attempt. Alfred feeds it right to Harmon's stick. Harmon makes a move around Wright Perry down low along the corner, as Caldwell above the circle. He waits. Banco, the shot, and hits the glass and goes wide, as Harmon with another shot tipped up front. And that is the end of the first period. There's a little bit of extra with Bailey and Harmon after the buzzer sound. 2-2 hockey game with goals for your UNT Mean Green by Joey Demers and Eric Eaton. Texas Tech goals by Zachary Banco and number 14, Stephen Mikanarma. As we'll see what both teams can do in the second period. They can make this a wider margin or keep it a close game, as compared to last night's game, this is a totally different outlook. Physicality and shots on goal have been completely different, with 14 shots to 13 on a close race on that. So we'll be back in the second period, as this is Dawson Miller for UNT Hockey on YouTube.
Welcome back into the second period at the Children's Health Star Center in Valley Ranch. It's a 2-2 hockey game with your UNT Mean Green tie game with the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Goals in the first scored by Eric Eaton and Joey Demers, who Joey had 4 goals in last night's game and had a great little goal to start out the first period, and Eric Eaton followed up late in the first, along with goals by Zachary Benko for Texas Tech, and a power play goal late in the first by Harmon. So 2 power play goals for Tech, who have been really strong on the power play tonight, and we'll see if the momentum is there for both teams this period or if it will be one-sided, as last night's 15-2 game was very lopsided and a blowout, as Harmon, with a shot, gets blocked. Ian's there to wheel it up, goes around his net, little pass to Demers. He finds Ian again. Ian, with great speed, finds Snetzinger, who had 2 goals last night. Snetzinger tries to find something on the net, and Ian's down there with his man. Demers makes a little move. Demers with a shot, scored. UNT Mean Green goal. Joey Demers with his second of the game after a great little move around the 2 Texas Tech defenders. Joey now with 6 goals on the weekend, with 4 last night and 2 so far tonight. A great little left and right move and a top shelf glove side goal on Dominguez. And now a 3-2 hockey game. Mears likes to start off the scoring in each period. Icing is called on UNT and a face-off back in the defensive zone. Joey Demers and Eric Eaton's line have been very, very active in the 2 games this weekend. As Lafferty will win it back for Alford. He'll try to chip it up for Rudine. Reed's there in front of Villarreal. He'll try to chip it off the glass. He's on the follow-up. Reed can't get it out. He gloves it down for himself. No hand pass on the call as Benko's there. Banker will lead it up for Texas Tech. He wins the foot race on Reed. Benko, with a little stick move around him, trying to get his second of the game. And Reed will just rim it around for Bailey. Bailey gets checked off by Benko. And still in the Mean Green defensive zone as they have trouble getting it out. Cross-ice pass for Witt. He can't get on it, as now it's cleared down, and Desjardins will start it up for Texas Tech. Tries to find an open man, and he'll just get it deep. There's no icing on the play. Alford's there. In the corner, Desjardins trying to find his open man. Texas Tech scored. Number 14, Stephen McNarama, with a little play on there on the Desjardins pass, and it went glove side on Villarreal. Now it's a 3-3 hockey game for both teams. Very different outlook on the game than last night's tilt, as Lamb's there. He'll try to make a move around Madden. Rob tries to get it out, and Rutledge is there. Referee has his arm up as there's a penalty on the play. And I believe it's a slashing call on Cunningham. And he will be led to the penalty box by the officials, and that is a slashing call, 2 minutes, as Texas Tech has been very active on their power play tonight with 2 goals in the first period. With Rutledge and Eaton out there on the penalty kill, with Wright, Perry, and McLeod on the point. Caldwell will win it back to Harmon. We'll find Straub. Madden and Straub on the point. Madden will chip it down for Caldwell. He'll find Straub again. Straub with a little pass to Harmon. Harmon with a shot. Tries to tip out front as Ashworth is there. And Wright Perry will slap it down and kill off time on the Cunningham penalty. And Harmon with speed, he'll turn around and trying to find his open guy. He finds Straub. He'll just dump it down and try to win the foot race against Reed. Reed's there, and he'll backhand it out. Harmon keeps it in. Trying to find that D-to-D pass to Straub, and it goes out of play. And a face-off back in the UNT Mean Green defensive zone with 1 minute and 5 seconds left in the Cunningham penalty. Texas Tech with a few little shots on the power play so far, but nothing to go in the back of the net. Singer out there for the draw. He'll win it back for Wright Perry, and he gets hit off by Foley. Reed trying to clear it out and kill the rest of this penalty kills. Here's Demirs with the goal in the second for UNT. He makes a move around Banco. Unsuccessful. The officials have his arm up now against Texas Tech. And it is a hooking call on Banco on that one-on-one with Demirs and Banco, and he will go to the box. And now 4-on-4 action for both teams. Is trying to find his second in the game. Etzinger again on the draw on the offensive zone. He will win it back to Reed. Reed will get checked off, but gets his stick taken away as well in the process. McLeod, officials have their arm up again. I believe it's on Texas Tech, and they will touch up, and I believe it's a penalty on number 14 for Texas Tech. After Reed got his stick taken away. And 4-on-3 action as the Texas Tech coach is confused on the call as it was in front of the UNT penalty bench. Now some 4-on-3 action with Stephen McNarama going to the box after his goal in the second period, making this a 3-3 hockey game. And a timeout is called by UNT. Last night it was a very different game with a 15-2 final as goals were all around the score sheet, with Joey Demers getting 4 goals, Lucas Snetzinger getting 2, and defenseman Ethan Venable getting his first goal this season, as well as 2 others, making it a hat trick. Texas Tech had 2 goals last night, a little bit late in the game with Michael Caldwell, the first one for them, along with Noah Harmon, who had a late shorthanded breakaway 5-hole goal on Villarreal. But it was too late for their team to have a momentum shift in the game, as it was already a double-digit hockey game. As Snetzinger will win it back to Wright Perry, he'll find McLeod on the 4-on-3 power play. Wright Perry with a shot, and it goes wide. Demers below the goal line. calm it down, and they'll take their time as McLeod, D-to-D pass to Wright Perry. He'll find Demers. Demers with a shot. Scored! UNT goal. Joey Demers with his second in the period and third of the night. Joey Demers already a hat trick, and now 7 goals on the weekend. A little bit of back and forth action with McLeod, Wright Perry finding that open Joey Demers in the slot, and he'll make this a 4-3 hockey game for UNT. It's still a 4-on-4 for both teams after that power play goal for Demers. He'll try to see who's in the box and who's not. Alien Demers will change places, and we'll have a 4-on-4 hockey for 1 minute and 34 seconds. No icing on the play as it's chipped down for McLeod. Wright Perry's there to try to find Lafferty. Down low, they battle for it, and Rutledge is there with Caldwell tied up with him. Back to McLeod. McLeod will find Wright Perry, finding that cross-ice pass to Rutledge. Goes back to Lafferty, who chips it in, and not much time left in this power play. A big hit on Bailey on Straub, as it is getting very chippy down there. Bailey gets cross-checked by Harmon. A lot of emotions riding for both teams as it's very close in the second period. Wright Perry with a shot. And another penalty, I believe, on UNT as the official has his arm up. UNT will touch it, and I believe Wright Perry will be going to the box after Harmon made a check on him. He had a little high stick action against Harmon, so now it's a 4-on-4 for 35 seconds. And then it'll be a short power play for Texas Tech, who can see if they can maybe make this a 4-4 game with 14:56 left in the second period. We apologize if there's any technical difficulties, as the Wi-Fi and internet at the Children's Health Star Center in Valley Ranch is very shaky and very on and off. Another penalty is called. I believe it's an interference, either on McLeod or Benko. And Benko is heading to the box. Another penalty. It's been all power play and penalty kills all night, and that is an interference on Benko. Now it's, again, 4-on-4 action. With Wright Perry in the box for UNT and Benko for Texas Tech. 4-on-3 action. Statsinger tries to get it to Eaton. It's blocked out for it, and Ashworth will try to ice it down. Statsinger, a little stop and start, turning his body. He'll find Eaton. Eaton will wait. Shot. Hits the glove and goes wide. Ian's still there. Ian with a shot, and it's slap shot and goes out of play. Ian a little frustrated on that shot attempt. Trying to find that little backdoor from the dish on McLeod. Statsinger will win it back. McLeod's there. Texas Tech will get their man out of the box, and it'll be a 4-on-4 hockey game for a little bit as Ian dishes it out front. Statsinger's there. They battle for it as Ashworth comes out on top and gets it in the corner, and Statsinger gains possession of it. Statsinger, cross ice for Reed. Reed with a shot. Saved by Dominguez. Ian again on the follow-up rebound attempt as UNT with a ton of opportunities down low as Statsinger gets his feet taken from him from His man, McLeod, will ice it up. McLeod with a shot, saved by Dominguez, and they can't get it out. Reed will find McLeod. McLeod backdoor pass trying to find Snetsinger, and he can't get full control of it as Caldwell's there to interrupt for Reed. Ian helps him out. Ian finds Snetsinger. Ashbrook just dives on the ice successfully. Snetsinger with a shot, hits the glass, goes wide. McLeod's there on the point, and Ian finds Reed. Reed with a shot, and that is covered up by Dominguez. A ton of shot opportunities for UNT so far, as there's now 17 seconds left in the Wright Perry penalty and 25 seconds left in the Benko penalty. 4-on-4 has looked like a almost power play for UNT. It's been all in the Texas Tech defensive zone as Harmon will win the draw and chip it out, and it is a icing on the play. A little bit of miscommunication there, thinking it is a penalty kill, as there's been a ton of penalties left and right for both teams. But it's still a very even game with UNT leading with 24 shots. McLeod with a shot, and the Mayor's trying to get there on the follow-up. Harmon trying to chip it past Reed on that 2-on-1 attempt, and a hand pass is called on Reed. And we'll have a face-off back in the offensive zone for UNT. Referees are discussing the situation with the hand pass call, as Lafferty doesn't agree. "12 minutes and 45 seconds left in the second period. A very even hockey game, although the shots are getting a little bit ahead for UNT with 25 shots to 16. Even though Tech has had a lot of opportunities so far in the power play, capitalizing on their power play almost every time. Doing a much better job this game than last game on finding their players down low and completing those passes, as UNT has done the same on their penalty kill and power play, finding that backdoor pass on Dominguez, as Joey Demers and Eric Eaton are very well known for that. Referees are still discussing the penalty as Benko goes back to the box. I believe there is only a few seconds either left in the penalty or he got another penalty. He is back in the box and looks like he's ready to get out. There's probably only a few seconds left in the Benko penalty. Now we'll have a 5-on-4 for UNT. As Wright Perry got out of the box, Demers finds Bailey. That's interrupted by number 27 for Texas Tech, Camp. Wright Perry with a shot, saved by Dominguez out front. And Straub trying to clear it out. Benko just chips it out, and it hits the netting. Good looks there for Demers and Bailey. Joey trying to find a fourth goal tonight. Now a face-off on the other side of the face-off dot. Harmon and Lafferty. Lafferty will lose the draw to Harmon, who will wheel it around his net. And he tries to chip it off the glass, but hits the netting in the process. And now a face-off again in the Texas Tech defensive zone, having trouble getting it out. Lafferty will win it back. Reed trying to find the tip out front. It's blocked by Caldwell as Straub leads it up. For Camp. is saved down by Villarreal and face off in the UNT defensive zone. As lately, it's been all UNT down low on Dominguez with point shots and looks down low in the zone right in front of Dominguez. Texas Tech with a few opportunities, capitalizing on the power play goal earlier in the second period. There's been a ton of penalties and whistles for both teams. As Ashworth's down there behind the net, he'll spin it forward. He tries to find Madden as Bailey is there on his man. And Madden keeps it in, even though Reed gains possession of it. And Demers will lead the charge for UNT. Demers likes a little move. Demers trying to get a shot off, but couldn't gain full handle of the puck. He's down there below the goal line behind the net. Lafferty with a shot. And Madden just clears it out. Lafferty will chip it out, and Alford can't get a hold of it as Witt's down there. Checked off by Reed, and fans like that one as Demers finds Bailey, who makes a little move. Bailey gets hit off by Straub, and Demers is there. Demers trying to find Bailey, but Desjardins interrupts and will ice it down, but no icing on the play as line changes for both teams, and McLeod will wheel it up for UNT, and that's interrupted by Benko. All right, Perry trying to find that cross-ice feed, and Desjardins is there. Benko will slap it down, and it's back in the UNT defensive zone. Lamb finds Eaton. Ian tried to sauce it forward for Cunningham. A 2-on-1 for UNT. Ian Cunningham. Ian with a stop and start and scored! Eric Eaton showing patience on that, as I think Dominguez and the defenseman believed he was going to pass to Cunningham. Showed some patience and waited and scored. Showed some magic on that. And Eric Eaton will make this a 5-3 hockey game for UNT. So far lately, it's been all UNT down low on that great 2-on-1 patience goal by Eric Eaton, who has been very well known on the score sheet in the past, and so far this weekend, him and many others have showed their presence, as it's back to Benko, who will chip it out, and McLeod's there and just flips it up. Benko again will stop and start and try something new. Finds Camp, but that's unsuccessful, and it'll go back in their defensive zone as here comes Fernandez. Fernandez against Wright Perry. Fernandez trying to find the look out front for Harmon, and that's interrupted by Wright Perry, who rims it around. Harmon's there again in the corner. He's checked off by McLeod, who out along the corner with Rutledge there. Rutledge just rims it around for hoping Cunningham's there, but Benko finds his man Caldwell, and they still keep it in. UNT having trouble getting it out as Lamb will just spin it forward, and he'll carry it himself now. Trying to find Rutledge as Rutledge goes off the ice, and Benko leads it up. He wheels it, and a penalty will be called on UNT, as UNT hasn't touched it up yet, and McLeod will do that for them, and Texas Tech will go on another power play, as that penalty is on Hooker, who had a penalty earlier in the first period. So we'll see if Texas Tech can maybe get a goal on the board and make this a 5-4 game, or if UNT can kill it off and keep it the same score. Their penalty kill tonight has been pretty good, but Texas Tech's power play has been a little bit stronger, getting almost every goal they have scored has been on the power play tonight, as McLeod will rim it around the boards and trying to find Bailey, but it's kept in by Straub. McLeod just flips it up, and it's back in the Texas Tech defensive zone, and they will gather things up as Straub finds Foley. Foley will find his man. Can't find Straub. Straub with a shot. On the rebound out front, as Camp will dish it out and find Rudine one-on-one with Madden. Rudine with a shot, trying to find that 5-hole with Dominguez. Rudine again, after a great feed from Bailey in the corner. And now a 2-on-2, and another penalty is called. And an interference on Texas Tech, number 28, Straub. I believe it's 4-on-4 action for both teams, who have not been shy on that. There's been a lot of 4-on-4, 4-on-3, and 5-on-3, or 5-on-4, 4-on-4 action. It's been a bunch of different penalties in and out, as they'll do 5-on-5 with Demers, Eaton, Reed, and Wright Perry out there, along with Harmon and Ashworth on the wings. Here comes Benko, who had the early first goal for Texas Tech, and Demers wins the foot race. Demers to Ian. Ian with a shot. Dominguez with a save. Ian with again another shot. Goes wide. Demers again. Trying to chip it down for Ian, and Harmon's there. Demers again makes a little move. He falls, and Ian will keep it in. Ian finds Demers. We'll see what they can do together. Ian again with a shot. A stick save by Dominguez. And Fernandez will lead it up. He'll find Ashworth, who will calm it down. He chips it up. And Texas Tech will see what they can do. And the UNT defensive zone is, a big hit by Wright Perry on number 13, Fernandez. Some physicality being shown on both sides of the ice so far in this game. And Reed will find Demers, trying to find that 2-on-1, but Desjardins is there to keep it up. Ian with a move, and that's broken up by Fernandez as UNT still has possession of it, and Ian's in the corner. He'll try to find Snetzinger. He's checked along Harmon. Texas Tech still having trouble getting it out as Ian with a shot. Goes wide. And Wright Perry's there to keep it in. Stetzinger and him play back and forth. Wright Perry with a shot. Scored! UNT goal! Slap shot goal by Wright Perry, who had a goal last night's game. And what a look by Wright Perry, as I believe possibly Eric Ian tipped that out front. Overall, a great shot and great screen in front of Dominguez to make this a 6-3 hockey game. A little bit of give and go from Snetzinger and Wright Perry, and he finishes off with a slap shot snipe. It's been all UNT the last 10 minutes of hockey. Texas Tech had an early goal in the second, but they haven't been able to capitalize anything so far. As Caldwell and Lafferty are on the face-off dot, and Lafferty will lead it up, making a move. He'll rim it around for Bailey with Gerfinkel in front of Dominguez. Bailey's checked off, and Lafferty again above the circle. Lafferty gets tripped up, takes a shot, gets hit off by Witt. Gerfinkel will rim it around for Bailey. Back to Lafferty, and can't get full possession of it. Cloud will get it back for UNT and just chip it off the glass as Straub's there. Straub gets hit off by McLeod. Little pass to Bailey, but that's interrupted by Madden. Caldwell down low, and he'll find Benko. Benko with the shot and a glove save by Villarreal. Trying to find something out front. Now with 30 shots, UNT, and 19 shots for Texas Tech. It's still a close game if Texas Tech can get one on the board late with 5 minutes and 19 seconds left. As Lamb trying to find Cunningham. He does. Cunningham with a breakaway. Cunningham against Dominguez. Cunningham with a shot and a backhand attempt on Dominguez, and that is gloved down. Great little look there from Lamb to Cunningham, trying to find something. As Cunningham, that would be his first goal of the season. Bit of miscommunication there for the Texas Tech defense, as I don't think they saw Cunningham wide open in the middle of the ice. With now Rutledge on the draw, and he'll win it back, but it's not strong enough as Caldwell's there. Ashworth one-on-one with McLeod. McLeod will win that one-on-one and try to get it out. He does to Cunningham, and that's interrupted. Texas Tech with another shot off the point shot from Straub, trying to find the rebound down low for Harmon and Caldwell. Wright Perry leads it up. Backhand pass to Cunningham, who will take a shot on Dominguez. A little bit of offense back and forth as Texas Tech got a really good chance, one of their best chances of the night, but they couldn't capitalize on the point shot, trying to find a rebound out front, as the rebounds have been there for Tech all night. Netzinger will tie up the draw, and Rudeen's there. Rudeen trying to find Ian out front. Ian trying to get another goal on the board. And Statsinger's there. Statsinger being a very great assist provider tonight, as he had 2 goals last night, but he's been very good at dishing out the puck and finding his open man, as Desjardins will glove it down, and Madden's there. Madden passes it exactly right to Rudeen's stick as Ian makes a move. Ian with a shot, and that is a save by Dominguez. Little glove save action and a great little swifty in and out move by Eric Eaton. Now a face-off back in the Texas Tech defensive zone. And we'll see what they can do now with 4 minutes remaining in the second, with Hooker getting thrown on the ice, and referee calls it down. No penalty, but I believe the net went off its moorings. And a face-off will be on the other side of the defensive zone. With Hooker on the draw. Hooker will try to win it back to McLeod. McLeod, when he takes a shot, and it goes right into Dominguez's blocker. McLeod with a rifle of a shot there, off a little dish from Hooker on the draw. They'll repeat the same thing with Gerfinkel on the faceoff. Gerfinkel win it forward, but Madden's there. He'll get it to Desjardins. Desjardins will lead it up. 3-on-2 for Texas Tech. Desjardins with a shot, saved by Villarreal. Out front, here's number 13, Fernandez. Fernandez with a shot, and that's blocked by Wright Perry. 2-on-1 forming for UNT if they can get to it, and Madden's there to interrupt. He'll chip it off the boards, and a little bit of hit action with Gerfinkel and number 4 for Texas Tech, Davis. Another hit as Gerfinkel, I believe, just hit his own guy. Hooker in the process on that hip check. And now Gerfinkel is going to the box. Hooker looks a little out of it after that little hit. I think Gerfinkel was trying to hit someone else, but him and his own player collided, and he'll get the penalty off that little leg hit on the Texas Tech player. Now another power play for Texas Tech. We'll see if they can make this a 6-4 game and change up the scoreboard a little bit, as they haven't scored since early in the second period. As Caldwell's there, he'll take a shot. Hits the glass. Another shot by Benko on the follow-up. McLeod will just chip it forward, and it goes out of play. Now a face-off on the other side of the UNT defensive zone. With Caldwell and Harmon on the point, along with Lafferty and Demers, who has had a great night tonight with already a hat trick. Reed slams it down, and Straub's there to regroup and readjust as Benko trying to find Straub again. He does. And here's Harmon. Harmon with speed. Stop and start. Trying to find his open man back door. He'll find Benko. Benko with a shot. Hits the glass and goes out of play. They're trying to find that little backdoor play. Now face off back in the opposite side of the UNT defensive zone, or the same spot, with now 1 minute and 17 seconds left in the Gerfinkel penalty, and only 2 minutes and 41 seconds in the second. Cloud will ice it down. He can't because Benko was there to keep it up. Benko again. Trying to find Harmon. He does. Harmon with a shot. A little glove save by Villarreal, and it's still alive. Benko again finds Harmon. Harmon with a shot. Rebound out front. Puck's free. And Straub with another shot, and the referee will whistle it down, as I believe there is another penalty, but it is on Texas Tech. Number 17, Michael Caldwell, will go to the box, along with McLeod for UNT. They will both go to the box, as it's a roughing call on both players. A little bit of extra they did down low after that opportunity from Harmon and Benko, trying to get a goal for their team and maybe make this a better margin than 6-3, maybe a 6-4 hockey game. And Harmon get it back to Madden, who will just chip it down, and Reed's there and spins off his check. Back to Bailey, who ices it down. Madden finds Harmon. Bailey's there to interrupt. He collides with Madden again. As Ashworth will find Harmon. Harmon to Straub. They go down the ice, blocked by Demers. Demers ices it down, but Ashworth's there to interrupt. Down low, trying to find that tip out in front of Villarreal, and Wright Perry will ice it down. Ashworth will find Foley. Cross ice to Straub, who gates it forward, and it's jabbed deep, and Demers will carry it up for UNT and find his man Lamb. Back to Eaton, who can't get full possession of it. Benko just chips it forward, and no one can really have possession of the puck as Benko just chips it deep. Demers will calm it down, trying to find Eaton, as Eaton is way down the ice, but can't get to him. as Fernandez for Texas Tech will chip it off the boards, but can't seem to get it out as Benko rimming it around. Now 30 seconds left in the second period. And an icing, I believe, will be called on Tech. It is. And now a face-off back in the Texas Tech defensive zone. A very great period for UNT as they have made this game not a tie game and had a lot of opportunities on Dominguez down low with rebounds and backdoors and back and forth vision action from many players. Is Wright Perry with a shot that is blocked by Witt, Lafferty, and Stetzinger down deep below the goal line. Stetzinger trying to get something before the time runs out. Stetzinger with a shot. Dominguez will just glove it down. Stetzinger again. Stetzinger finds Rudine. Rudine down low. Reed with a shot, and the buzzer will sound, and that is the end of the second period. And it is a 6-3 hockey game. UNT having the majority of the shots that period with 34-24 with a 10-shot lead and showing what kind of threat they can be down low on the power play and 5-on-5. And we'll see what both teams can do in the third period, if it can get more out of hand for Texas Tech or if they can come back and maybe put some on the board and make this a tie game again. So we'll be back in the third period as this is UNT Hockey on YouTube.
Welcome back into the third period of play between your UNT Mean Green and the Texas Tech Red Raiders. It is a 6-3 hockey game going into the third period with goals in the third scored by Joey Demers, who had 2 on the board, one early about 2 minutes in the second, along with Eric Eaton, who had a goal for himself, along with Wright Perry, I believe, as Eaton and Wright Perry were tossing to see who got that goal, as it was tipped out front. And the lone goal for Texas Tech was scored by number 14, Stephen McNamara. And now we'll start the third period off with Snetsinger's line out there, and it's a tie-up between Caldwell and Snetzinger. And Demers will lead it up, see if he can get another goal to start out a period, as the first and second period he got a goal in the first 2 minutes, as Demers shields his body away from Caldwell, and Ian's there to get it to Snetzinger, to Demers. Demers makes a move, and he'll lose the puck to Straub. Straub will chip it past Eaton, and here's Caldwell trying to sauce it to Harmon, and that's gloved down by Wright Perry, who's hit along the boards by Caldwell. And now it's chipped along, and Snetzinger will find Demers. Demers finds Eaton. Eaton down low, 2 guys on him. Makes a little stick move and tries to find Snetzinger out front. And Harmon will skate it for Texas Tech. He takes a shot, and it's a pad save by Villarreal. And McLeod will start it up and make a little pass to Snetzinger, who will skate up the zone and wheel it. He takes a little backhand attempt, and it hits the corner and goes out of play. McLeod will try to chip it out, and it goes in the Texas Tech bench. Rutledge's line out there now for UNT with Lamb and Cunningham. Cunningham had an opportunity in the second to get his first of the season. And now Rutledge with a shot, and that is deflected out of play off the stick of Benko. Few chances so far for UNT starting out the third, and Texas Tech trying to get their legs underneath them and maybe score a goal or just have a few chances to maybe make this a realistic game. As UNT has the 3-goal lead. Second period, it was a 2-2 hockey game going in the second, and then it was all UNT last period. Reed will try to find Alfred on the point and keep it in as Lamb's there. Finds Cunningham. Cunningham dumps it deep, and Rutledge is there. Rutledge makes a little chip move around Fernandez. Rutledge, little backhand pass to Lamb, trying to make a move around Foley. And that goes out of play, and Alfred will start it back for UNT and find an open guy, trying to find Cunningham, but that's chipped by Ashworth, and now they battle on the neutral zone, and it's become a little bit physical down low, and Texas Tech just trying to start something up, and Reed's there to intercept Reed. Reed with a shot, and that's blocked by Rob. Reed again with a shot, and that is a pad save by Dominguez, and Reed on the follow-up will just hit off his man of Ashworth with a great little defensive work there, and Lamb's there to cover him up with a shot. UNT doing a great job of keeping the puck deep and making chances out of what seems like nothing, but they can always find an open man and get a shot on goal, as now they have 35 shots to 24. It's chipped along, and Davis is there. And Reed has his man, and Lamb just spikes it forward and goes all the way down, and no icing on the call as Dominguez got control of it. Benko will start up. He trying to find his Jardins, but it's a little too far in front of him, and McLeod will dump it deep, and
Texas Tech will set it up again, and UNT playing a really easy game as they're just dumping it deep and finding the open man once they get possession of it, as Tech is trying to just get past the red line and start something up with it, at least in this period. They've been very reasonable on their power plays, but they can't start anything 5-on-5 so far this period, as Desjardins, with Rudine on him, Desjardins just dumps it deep. Right Perry, he'll sling it forward for Bailey, cross ice to Lafferty in the neutral zone. Lafferty with a slap shot, saved by Dominguez. Lafferty again on the follow-up in the corner, and that's hit along by Rudine. Lafferty will another hit down low by Bailey. The referee has his arm up, and I believe either Bailey or Benko will go to the box after a cross-check down low. They are sending Clark Bailey for UNT. As there was a battle down low between Bailey and Benko, who have been going at it all game. And they send Bailey to the box for cross-checking in front of Dominguez. And now it's a power play for Texas Tech. We'll see if they can put something on the board and disrupt the UNT offense that's been on full throttle so far this game. Caldwell wins it back to Madden. Madden with a shot. It goes wide. Caldwell on the follow-up behind the net. Caldwell gets it back to Benko. Benko gets it to Caldwell, who tries to find Benko again on the little tic-tac move. Madden will slow it down and they'll regroup with Harmon. Harmon hits off Rudine. A little bit of physicality down low in the neutral zone as offsides will be called on Caldwell after Harmon was just steps ahead. I'll face off back in the far neutral zone with our duo of Eric Eaton and Joey Demers out there for UNT, along with Reed and Wright Perry on the points. Demers will try to win it forward for Ian. Texas Tech getting possession of that, and it goes deep, and Demers will just ram it around the glass. And it skips over Fernandez's stick, and around 1 minute left on the power play of Bailey's cross-check in front of the net. As UNT's penalty kill has gotten better throughout the night. Early in the first, it was there, but Texas Tech was dominating down low on the power play, but UNT has been very good at disrupting all the chances, as Wright Perry trying to lead up for UNT. It gets dumped down, and Reed gets it back, and will try to ice it down, and it's off the skate of Camp. Reed will chip it out for Eaton. Ian's hit off by Benko, and I believe that is an interference call, as Ian didn't even have the puck. And he will be sent to the box, as Benko has been there a lot of the night. A little bit of a blindside hit on Ian by Benko. Now a 4-on-4 for both teams. And after 22 seconds on Bailey, there will be a 5-on-4. And we'll get to see what UNT can do on the power play, as they haven't been on the power play in the third period yet, with 14:12 on the clock. And no goals yet for either team, as it's been very offensive-sided for the Mean Green, but they can't seem to find the back of the net this period, but they're on the right track. Rutledge and Ian doing a little bit of line changes. Referee telling Ian I think he has to stay on the ice, and Rutledge has to go back on the bench. Eaton way back on the red line. Rutledge and him will trade places, and down low, Snetsinger trying to find Rutledge in the slot, and Madden's there, and will chip it out, and they go along the corner. Snetsinger makes a little move around Madden. Snetsinger using his body, but loses the puck, and Reed's there to collect and gain possession. Reed with a shot. Little pad save by Dominguez. Now 5-on-4 for UNT as Harmon leads it up for Tech. Showing off speed, and that's tipped forward for McLeod. We'll see what UNT can do on this power play. Clyde founds Bailey. Bailey, who's been an active member last game and this game for UNT, showing physical presence and a lot of opportunities down low. They battle along the corner. Alfred's there. He takes a shot. Gets off the stick of Dominguez down low and goes back to Harmon. He won't chip it out enough as Reed uses his whole body to keep that in. Down low in the corner is Bailey and Madden. Go along there as Snetsinger helps him out. He still can't get it out. Fight for it. Madden just rams it up to Reed. Reed on the point. Reed with a shot. Blocked out front. And Benko or Camp will try to get it out, and Reed will keep it in. Reed backdoor trying to find Bailey, who gets hit off. No call on the play, as I think the UNT bench thought that might have been an interference call. Reed will settle it down, and now Benko's out of the box, and it's a 5-on-5 hockey game for both the teams. Reed will find Demers, who's wide open in the neutral zone. Demers against the Texas Tech defense. He'll find Lafferty in the slot. Lafferty again off the feed from Ian. Lafferty, another shot, and a save by Dominguez. Trying to calm things down on that one. There's now 40 shots on net for UNT, and Texas Tech has had a few chances, but for the most part, it's been all UNT against Dominguez. Face off with Demers and Foley out there. Demers will take the draw and win it back to Ian. Ian makes a little move. Ian with a shot, scored. UNT goal, Eric Eaton with another one on the board. And he shows off his skills there with a little shimmy move around their defense and scores glove side. Eaton being a senior for UNT and really showing what he can do as a player this season. And now it's a 7-3 hockey game after that Ian snipe on Dominguez. Gerfinkel will win it back to McLeod, who will chip it forward. Gerfinkel will lose control of it, and it goes back to Benko. Finds Ashworth. 3-on-2 forming for Tech. Ashworth with a shot. And right in the chest of Villarreal. And a face-off on the far dot. With Gerfinkel doing the draw. Gerfinkel will play it forward. It's blocked out front by Fernandez off his own shot, off his own player's shot. Benko just flips it forward, and McLeod will try to find his open man, but they can't in the neutral zone as Harmon with speed. Harmon with a shot. Blocker saved by Villarreal. Hooker will lead it up. He gets hit off by Fernandez. Fernandez hits him again, a little bit of a shoulder nudge, and the referee, I believe, is going to call an interference on Fernandez after that little extra hit on Hooker for no apparent reason. So a interference call and a power play for your UNT Mean Green with a full 2-minute power play. The last one they had on display was a 4-on-4 to a 5-on-5. We'll have Lafferty's line out there with Rudine and Bailey on the wings. We'll see what they can do and if they can get on the score sheet tonight. As Rudine finds McLeod. McLeod holds and waits. Finds Bailey down low. And Bailey just trying to find his open man. Doesn't, as Caldwell will slap it down for Tech. McLeod chips it forward, and Caldwell and Harmon keep it in. Caldwell with a shot. It's blocked by his own man of Harmon. A little bit of extra work with Bailey and Caldwell. 3-on-2 for the Mean Green as Rudine's there. Rudine with a shot. Goes wide, and Madden just jabs it forward, and McLeod will regroup with Wright Perry as his partner. McLeod will find Rudine. Rudine can't find his man as Lafferty keeps it in onsides, and Benko will ice that the full length. Perry finds Reed. Tonight, UNT is without Stefan Kruger, who played last night a little bit and then was out in the second and third period. Kruger is scored. UNT goal, Eric Ian, another goal. And I believe that is a hat trick for Eric Ian. After that little play along the ice, Eric Ian storming the offense and storming the Texas Tech zone with a snipe down low, pad side by the blocker. Eric Ian really putting his skills on display so far with now an 8-3 hockey game. We'll see if what else UNT can do with only 9:26 left. And Cunningham will try to go around Ashworth. Ashworth will lose the puck in the process and get it back, but it's a little bit far in front of him. And Villarreal will stop that. He plays it all of a sudden for Alford, who caught a lot of people on guard. And Lamb, one-on-one with Rob. Lamb will just find Rutledge down low, and Rutledge will lose possession of it. Here's Foley. Foley on the breakaway. Foley with a shot. Kind of fans on it a little bit, but still takes a slight shot. Another shot by Witt down low. And 4 UNT players are about to lead the ice, but the net either goes off its moorings or there's a penalty on the play. I believe it's on number 10 for Texas Tech, Witt, along with number 3, Max Alford, to the box. After that little breakaway, I guess there was a little bit of extra that happened, and it's still 5-on-5. I think they both have the same penalty as it's offsetting. UNT tonight, though, playing with 5 defensemen, as, like I said, Kruger has been out with an injury on and off, and ever since the Baylor first game on Friday, 2 weekends ago, he has had his shoulder kind of tweaked out a little bit, and we have not seen him since yesterday's game. Now 4-on-4 action for both teams as Ian down low behind the net. Ian with the last 2 goals for UNT and really been showing off his traits as finds Wright Perry. Wright Perry with a shot. Blocker saved by Dominguez. Down low in the corner is Snetzinger. And Texas Tech will clear it out. Not enough for an icing as Wright Perry will D-to-D pass to McLeod. He'll hold and wait, trying to find his open man. He finds Snetzinger. And now a 3-on-2 push for Texas Tech, or UNT, as Straub gets tied up, trying to find Harmon as Wright Perry's there to break it up. Now a 2-on-1 forming. Straub with a shot. Slap shot goes wide as the referee has his arm up, and Wright Perry touches it up. And I believe it is on UNT, on Wright Perry, or, pardon, Lucas Snetzinger. Which I think it was down low in the corner when they were battling for it. Snetzinger got tied up, and now it's a 4-on-3. So Texas Tech will have a short power play and see if they can get at least an opportunity or a goal on the board, as Demers wins it back for McLeod, and he'll just ice it deep with only 51 seconds left on the 4-on-4 release from Alford and Witt. Harmon will lead it up. Harmon, one of their faster guys for Texas Tech, will get it to Straub. We'll find Bango. Bango with a shot, and he scores. Texas Tech goal, Bango. Bango with a little fake move and a 5-hole shot that trickles in on Villarreal, and that is another power play goal for Tech, as they haven't scored in a long time since the second period on Stephen McNamara's goal. It's been all UNT offense, and Texas Tech capitalizes with Banco getting his second of the night at that same spot earlier in the first period. Now it's a 4-on-4 for both teams, as penalties have been a very big contributor throughout this game. Not been a lot of 5-on-5 action. If anything, it's been a lot of 4-on-4, 4-on-3 power plays. And we'll see what the referees will discuss here. It is a 4-on-3 for UNT, or 4-on-4 action for both teams, as Banco just got the goal for Tech, as finds Harmon. Harmon with a shot gets deflected off the glass. Cloud will steer it up and chip it out, and it hits in his own bench. Trying to hit off the boards and find Bailey on the possible 2-on-1 attempt. And face off back in the defensive zone for UNT. We'll see if Texas Tech will make something happen, and they don't have too much time left in this period, because they need 4 goals to tie it up. But UNT's offensive purge has been very on the dot ever since the start of the second period, as Alfred's out of the box, and 5-on-5 action for both teams. Here comes Caldwell. He fights off the puck on Demers. Demers makes a move around Madden. Stops and starts and waits, but loses it. And Madden will tip it down on the glass all the way down to McLeod, who will find Bailey, but it's a little too far ahead of him. Lafferty will be there, though, and stop and start and turn. And it'll go back to the neutral zone, and McLeod will dump it in again. Down deep, they'll battle forward as it's getting really physical along the corner, with Lafferty coming out on top. There's a little shoulder check on Desjardins. Finds Reed. Reed with a shot, goes wide. Bailey on the follow-up. And can't capitalize on that. Bailey down low behind the net. They'll drop pass for Lafferty. Lafferty with a shot. And it goes up and wide as Reed will go to D to McLeod. McLeod with a slap shot. And that is a hold for Dominguez. A little bit of extra work with Bailey out front with Madden. Bailey always getting in the dirty areas in the corner and in front of the net, trying to find something. Now it's a 44-shot to 30-shot total for both teams, with only 5 minutes and 23 seconds left in the third period. We'll see if UNT can get a few more on the goal sheet and maybe make this a double-digit hockey game, or if Texas Tech can get a few on the board as well. They would have to hurry to get 4 goals in 5 minutes, as Radin is down there in the corner, finds Ian. Ian spins off him. Ian with a back pass to Stetzinger. Stetzinger with a shot. It's off the blocker and goes wide. Ian still keeps it in with his stick. Little between the legs action. But is disrupted as Wright Perry gets hit off by Fernandez. And Radin is clearing it up for UNT as he can't go all the way, and Alfred will just dump it deep. Ashworth trying to chip it out, and Alfred will do the same thing, dump it deep as Radin is down there. Radin with a shot finds Ian. Ian Patience trying to find Stetzinger. Back door, and Dominguez is there to stop the play. Now face off back in the Texas Tech defensive zone. I think referees are discussing where the face-off will be or something in that matter. Sending Rudin to the box for an unknown reason. I guess earlier as a cross-checking penalty earlier in the play. I guess referees had to discuss and analyze what they were calling, as now it's a power play for Texas Tech, who capitalized on their last power play on Banco's goal. It was a 5-on-4 for them, with Caldwell and Stetzinger on the draw. Caldwell will win it back to Harmon. Harmon, hold and wait. Barely makes it across to his man of Strobe. Demers is there with Stetzinger, 2-on-1. Stetzinger with a shot. And Dominguez is there. Down low in the corner, Stetzinger will chip it down to Wright Perry. He'll wait and hold. He takes a shot, trying to find the tip out front in front of Stetzinger. And Demers trying to find another shot. He gets one on the net, but Dominguez is there to cover it up. So far, UNT has had more chances than Texas Tech in the power play. They've been making work down low. Now only a minute and 23 seconds left on the power play. And a line change with Rutledge and Bailey on the PK. Rutledge will win it back to McLeod. McLeod will take a shot, but he goes in the far corner. Texas Tech will hold and wait and trying to find an opening to get possession of it as they just chip it forward, and McLeod's there. He hits off his man of Ashworth. Very physical game for all 3 periods, as most of the penalties have been a lot of physical play after the whistle. Rutledge will take a shot, and Caldwell will spin around, and another fight happening with Bailey and Harmon. A little bit of extra work as Harmon gets thrown to the ice by the referees. And a little bit of Stick tapping for both benches as Harmon is on the ice and the referee is tackling him down. Bailey down there, as Bailey has been in the mix all night. I guess this was a little bit of extra along the play. Harmon will be exited off out of the game, and I believe Bailey will stay on the ice, but Harmon and Bailey were getting into it. They have been battling all night in front of the net. As Bailey will discuss what he has to do if he's going to the box or not, as he has had a few penalties tonight. But on that one, he didn't get thrown out like Harmon. Fans, a great fan base out here tonight on the pink out, as fans wearing pink to represent and fight cancer. And we got a great crowd out there as Bailey is confused on what he has to do, as he believes that Harmon was the one that started it and that he just got attacked, explaining with the referee while in the box. I believe it'll be a 5-on-4 for UNT or some 4-on-4 action, as the referees will all three discuss and see what they want to do with this, as Harmon is gone for the game with only 3 minutes and 2 seconds left in the third, as it's been a lot of whistles and penalties announced. And I'd say this is probably one of the most penalty-ized games we've had all season, as on both sides there's been power plays, penalty kills, and a lot of 4-on-4, 5-on-4 action. Teams will just sit and wait and find out what they want to do, as there isn't much time left in the third. Bailey is very mad about the call on him in the box. Wright Perry and Madden will see what they can do and see the circumstances on the ice. I think Bailey was hoping that the penalty would just have been to Harmon. And I believe they're calling Bailey on a cross-checking, signaled by Wright Perry. Both teams will wait. This game has been very physical and down low in the corners and out front in front of Dominguez and Villarreal. After every whistle, it seems like there's always either a penalty or someone's on the ice falling or about to head to the box, as both teams have been getting really chippy. It's been a closer game than last night's 15-2 win by UNT, as the Witt will go to the box, I believe, for Texas Tech, serving the Harmon penalty as he got exited off the ice. Referees had too much with him. Now there'll be a face-off back in the defensive zone. And it's a 4-minute penalty on the Harmon one, as Witt will serve it for him. And so we'll do a 4-on-3 or 4-on-4, I believe, or 4-on-3 with Tech still on the official power play on the Rudine cross-check a while back, which seems like a while back since that long wait, as Benko will lead it up for Tech, and he already has 2 goals on the board tonight and a few penalties as he shoots it a little bit wide, and Caldwell's there to calm it down. Caldwell with a shot and a save by UNT. Face off back on the near face-off dot, with Lafferty out there, Lafferty, McLeod, and Wright Perry trying to fight off this 4-on-3. And McLeod will ice it down and kill off most of his power plays. There's only 10 seconds left in the Rudine penalty, as it will be 4-on-4, though, for a majority of the time. Fernandez will lead it up. Sticked off by McLeod. McLeod off the boards, trying to find Rudine coming out of the box hot. And that is a icing on the play called by the officials, and a face-off back on the same face-off dot. Now Lafferty on the face-off with number 14, McNamara. Wright Perry will spin off from Foley. He still has possession of it. Wright Perry. Some 4-on-4 open ice for both teams as Wright Perry finds Rudine, who finds Lafferty. 2-on-2. Lafferty will hold and wait, and it is an offsides called by the official, and another whistle. We'll have a face-off back in the neutral zone, as I want to give a birthday shout-out to number 20 for UNT, Nick Gerfinkel, as it is his birthday today, which was announced on our Instagram page, along with my dad's birthday, which is today too, which is pretty cool, as Desjardins is down there, and the referee has his arm up again as Gerfinkel just fell down. I'm guessing the birthday boy will go to the box for either cross-checking or holding, as the referee calls it. So now it's a 4-on-3 for UNT, who haven't been shy of having 3 players on the ice. And Texas Tech with the 4 players on the ice. Not a lot of 5-on-5 action this period, as Straub's there with a shot. A little bit of a missile. Hits wide. Hits it again. Another slap shot. Hits it wide again. And Reed will just clear it out with there only 1 minute and 17 seconds left in the third period. And we'll finish this game out with no 5-on-5 action, as Straub just passes it right to Ian. Ian makes a move. Ian scores! UNT goal. Eric Eaton with a swifty move to go through 2 defensemen and do a little backhand top shelf, as Ian has goals in each period, and he has a big smile on his face as he made that one in the back of the net. He read that play and got the interception, and now it's a 9-4 game with only a minute left to play. Ian said, "No, I want one more goal." Now Stetzinger and Caldwell will finish off with a face-off in the neutral zone, and Stetzinger tries to find Demers. Gives it to Ashworth. Demers still down there, who has many goals tonight. He'll find Stetzinger. Stetzinger with a lot of assists this weekend, trying to find an open Demirs. He does. He's hit off by Benko. Still down low as Reed gets it. Reed with the shot. Hits the glass, as I don't think Dominguez even saw that. Reed with a follow-up. That hits Stetzinger. And Ashworth will try to clear it out for Tech. He gets it to Caldwell, and McLeod will chip it forward as there's only 10 seconds left in the third period, and Caldwell will try to clear it out, and McLeod will have one last shot, along with Reed with a little shot back, and now it's a 9-4 victory for UNT, who were tied with Texas Tech at the end of the first, and then just went crazy in the second period with goals from Eaton and Demirs and Wright Perry and so many more players that were really on display this whole weekend, as now we finish off with a 9-4 win, as UNT should be proud, as they were really in trouble in the first period, tied, with Texas Tech, and then came out top in the second and third period and showed what kind of hockey team they have been all season. Next weekend, we play Dallas Baptist University, and that is in Valley Ranch, Friday and Saturday. And goals from Eric Eaton, Joey Demirs, Stetzinger with a lot of assists, and a great win between the Pikes for Venneril. And that'll cap off the game, as this is Dawson Miller from UNT Hockey on YouTube.